today. Regarding my leg and my self-diagnosis, the fact that I am now healing myself under my own rules and guidelines and how that's worked out, which is excellent, by the way. All of my predictions as to when I stopped taking antibiotics and stopped putting the cream on my leg, all of my predictions about my body taking over the healing process, they've come true. Next week, well, tomorrow, which will be 1 month, theoretically, since I stopped putting the salve and taking the antibiotics, I will give you an update as to what my leg looks like now, and I will show you some pictures in a thumbnail of what it looked like back in December and January. But that is not going to happen today. It'll be tomorrow's live stream. Today, I'm going to talk about what I did yesterday, and we're going to talk about Patreon. You may think that the title of this video is a joke or unrealistic, and that's fine, that's your opinion. But take my word for it. I have had enough of people signing up to my Patreon account, which I have now close to 900 videos on, many of them from years ago, the original Obama comedy and the original political comedy videos that I did, and even the marriage counseling videos, and quite a few others. And 900 videos are on my Patreon account. And these, you people, the new people for Patreon, you have this uncanny ability to sign up on the 4th or the 5th of the month, knowing that you won't be billed for another 28 days, and you data mine my Patreon account for whatever reason. Nosy, you want to use my videos on some obscure website, cut them up and paste them in pieces, you want to edit them, whatever, for whatever reasons you want to do what you want to do. I've noticed that 95%, 99% of my new Patreon members sign up within a few days after you're supposed to make your pledge for Patreon. So I'm going to explain how Patreon works and why Patreon exists. For the uninitiated, I will explain to you the purpose of Patreon, because apparently you people don't get it. Patreon is not there for your benefit. Patreon is there for my benefit. If my benefit benefits you, well then so be it. So recently I removed 2 people from my Patreon account, and apparently you people think if you sign up for my Patreon account, which is your money is due on the 2nd of the month, and you sign up on the 5th or the 6th, that you'll have 3 weeks to data mine my Patreon account. And in that much time, you could download videos, you can review hundreds of videos perhaps. And then when it comes time to pay, you don't pay, and you got 1 month of videos that you normally wouldn't be able to get. Especially the old Obama comedy videos and the old videos about chemtrails and my political viewpoints. I don't care about that. What I did this week is I removed 2 people that signed up at the $50 mark. And you think that because you signed up at the $50 mark, I'm going to wait 3 weeks for your payment to go through. And then the day the payment that's supposed to go through on the 2nd of the month, you back out of the deal. I'm not doing that. I get a notice when somebody signs on to my Patreon account. I give you 12 hours to get back to me so I can talk to you, so I know who's on my Patreon account. And being that it's a private account, I don't have to allow people onto Patreon. It's a private account. I have private videos in that account. I have things on those in my Patreon account that I don't want other people to see unless I know who they are. So I will receive, upon you coming into my Patreon account, your name and your phone number, which is optional, and your email address, which is optional. And I will know who you are before you have any long period of time to data mine my Patreon account and download videos and perhaps use them for some nefarious purpose. It's not going to happen. So now, if you want to join my Patreon account, and then typically you join at the $10 mark, this week was 2 people at the $50 mark, thinking, I think these people have tried once before to get on, and I guess they think if they sign up at $50, I will wait 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 1 week for them to pay their payment, and then when the payment is due, they back out. No, it's not going to happen. I give you a few hours from the time I get the notice. If I get the notice when it happens, I give you like 3 hours to respond. If you don't respond, I just block you. I remove you from my Patreon account. It's just that simple. It's a private account. People have tried to get me in trouble with Patreon before. We have creepy people that have written Patreon. We have creepy people that have the same creepy people that have called up the Prawn Farm restaurant, tried to get me thrown out of there. We have some really creepy people on YouTube. So be that as it may, if you now wish to join my Patreon account, your initial pledge, one-time pledge, to enter onto my Patreon account is $200. You will make an initial pledge of $200. At that point, I will have your name and your email address, and you will give me, then I will see your email address and your name, and then I will ask you for your phone number so I can talk to you and ask you why you wish to review my private videos. And if you don't give me the right answer, I'll refund your money. I don't want your money. If I wanted your money, I wouldn't be making this infomercial, I guess you could call it. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, and you could believe it or not. To get this live stream set up, or any live stream set up, to send out notices, you have to make some words, you have to copy your page. It takes about 35 or 40 minutes. Put a thumbnail in there. I do that work for every live stream. I spend between 20 and 35 minutes looking for the right thumbnail, or deciding on a thumbnail, or deciding on what I'm going to say, spell checking it. And you people, you want all of this for nothing. You get to watch my videos for nothing. You don't get to ask me questions on my videos. That's what the Superchat button is for. I've made this clear as day. If you want to ask me a question, you send me a Superchat. That's what the Superchat button is for. That's what the Super Sticker button is for. You don't get to abuse me on my channel. In real life, you don't get to abuse me. On my channel, you don't get to abuse me. You don't get to come on my channel and abuse my friends. You don't get to come on my channel and ask questions and expect to have an answer unless you have done something for me. Helped me with one of my projects, given me information that I needed, or Super Chat or Super Stickers. You don't get that privilege anymore. And I've pretty much kept that the way things are for the last few months. Now, I had a guy, Ejboy, he's made quite a few compliments, but then he came on and said some stupid stuff. I'm not going to allow that on my alpha male channel. I'm just not going to allow you, Ejboy, if you're listening. I don't know who you are. I don't have your name. I don't know your telephone number. I don't know your address, and I don't care about any of that stuff. You are 2 initials, Ejboy, on the screen. You mean nothing to me. But you also don't get to abuse me or my friends. You are allowed to comment. You want to make some positive comment, but you don't have any privileges to to ask or require me to answer your questions. I'm just using you as an example. Then I told you don't come on and be sarcastic, and then you did it again twice. So now you're permanently blocked. Okay? And once I block you, there's been like 2 exceptions to the rule in the last year. Steve 25901 was an exception because he was a long-term subscriber, and as long as I don't see him on another channel abusing me again or laughing at something that someone else says that's not true, then he can stay on my channel. If I see that happen again, he gets blocked and permanently removed. If I see you on another channel making fun of me on the Slob's channel or Richie Boang's channel or any of the creepy channels out there, if I see your name and somebody says something sarcastic about me, you don't get to come on my channel and comment. I proactively look for your channel and block you. It's my privilege to do that. I don't need to take up my time with your worthless comments or your worthless input. What have you ever contributed to my channel, Ejboy? A couple of comments. You take time away from my live streams. No longer is that going to be tolerated in any way, shape, or form. I set up this live stream. I started at 9:45. That's 40 plus minutes. I had to go get the camera from the shop. I had to charge the camera because it was dead from a private stream I did yesterday. I had other stuff to do. I spent 75,000 pesos for the cell phone that you're watching the live stream from. I spent 30,000 pesos, $600, and $1,500 for the cell phone and the computer. This year, I spent another 10,000 pesos, $200 on external drives. I'm the one who sets up the thumbnails. I put the tags in. I do all of that stuff, and in return, YouTube gives me $1 for every 1,000 videos. It's not enough money for my time. Now, and then I have to hear, when are you going to start? What do you think I'm doing? I'm preparing to build a hotel, and I'm doing the preparation work. Every day you see a dynamic mesh change from one scenario to the other. The roof wasn't on, then the roof was partially on, then the roof was mostly on, now the roof is 95% on. The tire was flat, the other tire was flat, then one tire got fixed, and I brought the other tire into the city. You people, you don't have any understanding of logistics, and I don't care. You can watch my videos and learn. There's a lot of preparation work into building a hotel. And then I hear, he can't even buy a rebar bender. He's trying to change the price of the rebar bender. That creep, a little man that says those things is a liar. I never changed the price of the rebar bender. What happened was, and I'm going to explain it to you again because you people just got some kind of mental block in your little tiny brains. I bought the rebar bender. 5 times I paid for the rebar bender. 5 times. 3 times the shipper canceled the order for one reason or another because he wanted $600 more money for the shipping. So he canceled the order because I wouldn't give it to him. 2 more times, the seller of the rebar bender agreed to ship the rebar bender to me for 168,000 pesos for the smaller rebar bender with free shipping. They were going to pick up 12,000 pesos in shipping. One time, for 196,000 pesos, $4,000 with free shipping. That was 8,000 pesos in free shipping. Both of those times that I canceled the order, it was because the free shipping was only from Manila to Bohol, the port of Bohol. After that, the same company, Alpha Bravo, which is not the name of the company, wanted as much as $600 to bring the machine 10 miles. That's ridiculous. So I canceled the order. But I did not try to chew the person down for the price, because the price is the price. The price is what I paid. I could show you all the receipts. In fact, I have shown you the purchase price offered, asked, was paid in full on my debit card 5 times. So when you listen to these creepy bloggers that say I tried to chew the company down, no, I did not. And in addition, neither company had the rebar bender in stock. They are middlemen. It's a secretary sitting at a desk somewhere in Manila that when I pay her bank, not through Lazada, when I pay her bank, she orders it from someplace else with no guarantee I'm going to get the machine I ordered, it's going to come on time, or I'm going to get anything at all, because it goes into their bank account. The only guarantee to get the machine that you ever have is if you pay through Shopee or Lazada or Carousel. That's it. You start paying people off the books into their bank account directly, middlemen, there's no guarantee you're going to get the machine. And yet you people don't understand that. It's $4,000 that maybe will disappear. Maybe they have an office, and maybe they're just sitting at home telling you they have an office, sending you pictures of some random storefront that they may have had 2 years ago. You have no idea. All day long I get messages from Carousel, Shopee, and Lazada. Do not send money to a private bank account. Do not send Western Union. Do not send a Cash App to these bank accounts or these Cash Apps. There's no guarantee you're going to get the equipment. So I don't. And therefore, I don't have the equipment. But we have these creepy bloggers that make up these creepy stories that say I tried to cheat the company with the machine out of their proceeds or their profits. And I never did that. I paid them what they asked. Their agreement in Lazada was to deliver the machine door to door, according to the Lazada salesperson that I had on the phone both times. Is the machine a door-to-door delivery? Yes, sir. Bing, I pay for it. A few minutes later, the phone rings, and then they tell me there could be an additional $600 for delivery. That is not a door-to-door inclusive price that I paid on Lazada. That's a separate $600 when they bring it to my house. No, thank you. I do a lot of work behind the scenes that you people never see. I pay for a lot of things that you people don't see. I spend a lot of time on this that you people don't see. If you want to support me with Superchat, PayPal, or super stickers, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. But do not expect anything from me other than my content. You're allowed to watch that for free. You're not obligated to pay me anything, and I'm not obligated to answer your questions. Just get this through your head. I'm not here to serve you, and you're not here to serve me. You are here to enjoy the show. If you think that there's something to watch that's worthwhile, you can watch it for free. But if you want to participate in the festivities, especially in the 900 plus videos that I have on Patreon that are all from the year 2010 onward, comedy, Obama comedy, political satire, political comedy, religious comedy. If you want to watch those videos, you're welcome to do so. 900 videos, 600 hours. Think about what it would cost you to go to the movies for 500 hours. Say that's 250 movies, right? Times $12 a ticket. You're going to spend $3,000 on movie tickets just for you in time to watch 500 hours worth of videos, if you watch them all. And I know people that watch all my videos and then go back to the beginning and watch them again. I have Patreon members at the $50 mark that once or twice a year they jump it up to $100 when when their businesses are doing good, and then they bang it back down to $50. These people don't even watch my videos. They don't thumbs up my videos. I have two men for now going on 2+ years. They don't watch my videos. They don't even watch them. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want me to call them up on the phone. They just say, Michael, we want you to continue with your content. We like you. This is different than somebody begging for money. These are volunteered people. I've had people on my Patreon, I won't mention them, but they know who they are, for years. Going on 2 or 3 years. I had people at the $500 mark that don't even watch my videos a few years back. I don't care whether you become a member of my Patreon account or not. I don't care that you send these excerpts to Patreon. They don't care that I wish to know who's on my page. If you want to spend the time, if you want to be like the creepy bloggers of YouTube, by all means, take my excerpts, make a video out of it, and go and rat me out. By all means, do so. It hasn't worked so far, so why would I think it's going to work in the future? And why would I care? I'll just start a new Patreon page. I don't get what it is with you people that sign up for my Patreon page, knowing that the pledges go through on the 2nd, and then you come in on the 5th expecting 3 weeks of free watch time on my page. Not going to happen. And then when the payment is due, you back out of it. It's just not going to happen. You have hours once you sign up. Or make a one-time pledge for $200 and then sign up at the $20 mark or the $10 mark, because I'm not accepting anything less than $10 a month on Patreon. Anybody that signs up at $5 a month, no more. $3 a month, no more. $1 a month, no more. I'm not going to read your comments. I'm not going to be bothered with the paperwork. I'm not interested in 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or $5 donations. $10 is reasonable, but there will be an initial deposit of $200. And then I still want to know who you are, because I have videos on there that are private. I have videos on there that are very private, that I share with the people that I know who they are. I have a secret that will be revealed in a few weeks. And some of my Patreon members were told that secret this morning. And you people are going to be very surprised about my secret. But those are the privileges of being a Patreon member, so you're not surprised when I do something. There are also other things that I have on my Patreon account that I don't wish people to see. Nothing illegal, but it's just none of your business. If you want to make it your business, you can pay for that privilege. So no more new Patreon members. And if you want to sign up for Patreon, you can make a $200 pledge, one-time pledge when you enter into the agreement, and then on the 2nd of the month when your payment is due, follow up with a payment. I will tell you right now that 8 out of the 10 people on my Patreon page never look at a single one of my videos, my new videos. Never. Do I ever see, I see 2 views on a video I posted a few days ago, 2 views. 2 views on one I posted last week. I try to post on Patreon every week. So I don't care whether you become a member of Patreon or not, and I don't care if you Superchat or Super Sticker me. Don't expect anything from me anymore. I give you so much information about more information than any other blogger in the Philippines. You got these clowns that keep talking about, every day they're talking about the green and the yellow countries and all the hypothetical and theory nonsense. Every day they make a live stream, and every day they sucker you into, what they call theatrical headlines or that kind of. I don't do that stuff. I I try to give you accurate information about the Philippines, and I do. You got people that are on YouTube for 2 hours a day that say nothing at all. Same worthless rhetoric. A lot of the women on YouTube have nothing at all to offer you. What made your day wonderful yesterday? And who do you have on following it up? Some drunk that repeats himself and repeats himself and repeats himself and repeats himself and repeats himself on every live stream because he's drunk on every live stream. That's not content. It's not even funny. And that guy has never kept a single promise. Plus, he's been found out to be a complete and utter fraud in oh so many ways. But you'll watch that garbage. Okay, it's a train wreck, and you want to watch it. But then you got people, look, that's not content. That's a drunk repeating himself, trying to build up somebody's channel. That's not worth the time of day, in my opinion. But that's what you want to watch. And if you want to super chat them, by all means, super chat them. But look at who you're super chatting. Look at who you're supporting. You're supporting people's channels that have no content. TikTok, in my opinion, by my example, I have watched since the word TikTok was announced, whenever it was, a year or so ago, I have watched less than 10 minutes of TikTok since the word appeared on the internet. For the great Scott Del Fuego, 4 gulps and 7 bubbles. I have watched 10 minutes of TikTok. I have unsubscribed from anybody's channel that does TikTok. Now, it might still come up in my recommended page, but I don't see any point in going there. There's no content. When you have a woman that has a camera that's going like this, and the sound is non-existent. And this is where I grew up. And the camera's going like this. Or they're walking down the street and the camera's going like this. You can't see anything. The resolution on the camera is basically worthless. That is not content. That is just not content. When you have a guy that sticks his finger over half the lens on 80% of his videos, and you don't see anything at all in the video, that's not content. Or a guy that's on YouTube every day with an hour of worthless rhetoric about the same topic matter, chewing it up every day, the same topic matter. Now I have what I need to go forward. You're screwed. You are in so much trouble. I have everything I need. I don't. Every day the same thing. That's not content. Okay, granted it's humorous, but it's not content. That guy hasn't produced any content in 5 years. I have content. I have 11,000 videos on YouTube. That's content. Diving, swimming, snorkeling, walking tours, hotels, restaurants, food displays, Zumba, beaches, hotel, alone at beach from one end to the other multiple times, walks through the mountain in Palawan and the underground river and the above ground river. I I have all of that. These people have nothing. Nothing. So if you don't want to pay me for my content, that's fine. But don't expect me to respond to your comments. And don't come on my Patreon page anymore and try to sign up. No new Patreon accounts are being accepted unless you put a one-time payment of $200 in advance that's paid in full, and then when your agreement is due on the 2nd of the month, you can either keep your agreement or not. But don't come on my Patreon page and expect to data mine my Patreon page. Or for whatever reason, a lot of people using my videos in other places on the internet. I get notices from YouTube that people are using my unlisted content, which is what my Patreon content is, in blogs all over the world. How they got it is they came on my Patreon page and they stole my content. Okay, they just outright stole it. So I make a copyright claim on them, and then I guess they get it removed because I don't see it the next month. But I have not made a copyright claim on anybody in the YouTube genre. You want to use my videos for anything that you want to use them for, feel free to use them. I don't care. But I'm not going to have some clown in India using my videos as background for an insurance commercial. Okay, and I've seen that happen. So I'm going to go check my comments, which I don't think there are any, and that's a good thing. And we'll be done with this video in a moment. Tomorrow I'll show you my leg, physician heal thyself, my theory about the body taking over the healing of the wounds on my leg was correct. I have not used salve or mupirocin or any kind of cream at all on my leg since November 1st. And to the creepy bloggers out there that say, if I saw him walking around with those wounds on his leg, I'd report him. Dude, when I walk out in public, when I go to the city, I put a dressing on it. No one can see that. They just see a yellow bandage. That's it. So these creepy bloggers make up all kinds of stories. None of it's true. But what is true is that they are creepy bloggers. In fact, I saw a creepy blogger, a title. And now listen to this title. See, I'm doing physician heal thyself, right? So I healed myself through apothecary, through mental acuity, through meditation, through the fact that your body is supposed to be able to heal almost every kind of sickness that you could get as a normal way that your body reacts to things. And then you see somebody, I won't even mention it. Okay. But there is a creepy group of bloggers out there that they keep making up stories that aren't true. And that is hilarious. And one day, let me tell you about what happened yesterday. So I'll give you, yesterday, you didn't see what I did yesterday. But this is part of what I did yesterday. This rubber, this is a button on the bottom of the carburetor, that little fuel pump. It's like a clear silicone rubber. On my Echo blower, if you remember when I rebuilt the blower about a month ago, I used a double layer of black plastic to close the bottom of the carburetor where the pump, the little silicone pump, is on the bottom of the carburetor. And then once I started it, you don't need to pump anymore. Gas will flow normally. So what I did was, that day, I ordered on Shopee. They have a lot of parts on Shopee for Still chainsaws, Echo chainsaws and blowers, Husqvarna chainsaws and blowers. Shopee has an amazing amount of parts for all different types of lawn equipment. So I ordered. You had to order 20 pieces, and it said these 20 fuel buttons fit Husqvarna, it fits Echo, it fits Still, all the different names of all the different chainsaws and blowers. So it said all of them except for my Echo 680 blower, or 731, whatever it is, 731. They used to call it a 680. Now they call it a 731, but it didn't say that. So I ordered them, figuring that it would fit it, but it didn't. So on the bottom of the chainsaw is a metal disc, square, and it has a hole in it that this button fits in, like that. And then you squeeze the button to prime. It's a primer ball, a primer pump. So on the bottom of the chainsaw, I took the bottom of the carburetor off, and I put the button in. It won't fit through the hole. It's just not going in the hole. I could shove it in with like a pencil. I could push it in, but it kind of crimped up where it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So what I did is I took my Dremel tool, a regular Dremel tool with metal grinding blades, and I made the hole bigger. I opened up the hole, I don't know, 3/32 on all the way around. More than 1/8 of an inch, I opened up the hole. Then the button fit right in the hole. Then I put the screws back on. I cleaned the plate off. Well, I ran out of grinding blades. And at the same time, I ran out of these little pieces here. It's a clutch. It's called this is the stuff you people don't see, that I should be getting paid for to teach you about. But I can't ask you for money for this stuff, but it's called a coupling. So I'll show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like. And these are new. I had 6 couplings because these break every once in a while, every couple of weeks if you're using it every day. And these couplings, well, this is a broken one. But they're round and they have grooves in them. And they go between the grinding blade and the Dremel tool, the Dremel motor. So I had 6 extra ones of these. Now these are from the year 2000 and probably 2 or 3. I lived in my house in Florida when I bought these, and I had bought about 10 of them, and since I bought them, I probably used 3 or 4. So the one in my Dremel tool that I have not used, the Dremel tool, in probably 11 years, that one disintegrated yesterday. So I went to I have a separate toolbox with repair parts. This is what none of you other people have. You all, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's not a mechanic. I'm a mechanic. I'm a real mechanic. I'm more of a mechanic than any other person in the Philippines, bar none. I don't care who they are. Even if they are A&P jet mechanics, I have that license and 9 more. So I don't want to hear I'm not a mechanic. So I went to my toolbox with my extra repair parts, which is this is just, now I bought 20 buttons, fuel pump buttons. I had 10 of these. I went there, I got these, and they're no good. They're just dry rotted. And like I said, I haven't used one. I haven't used the Dremel tool since 2013. So maybe before that even. So I need to order more of these. So then I went from grinding out the hole in the metal at the bottom of the carburetor. I took a rat tail file, which most of you don't have anyway, and then rat tail filed it out. Then I took sandpaper, deburred it, and then put the button in and it fit. And then I screwed it back down onto the carburetor. It works just fine. But you people that say, he's not a mechanic, he doesn't know what he's doing, I will wager anybody I'm a better mechanic than, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your mechanical skills are. I'm a better mechanic than anybody in the YouTube Philippines vlogging genre. I don't care who you are, what you got, or I don't care what you did for your living. You have to have your own equipment and your own tools to fix your own equipment to take my wager. And it'll be whatever you want, whatever you feel that you can lose. That's what the wager will be. Anybody that says I'm not an A&P jet mechanic, we have a creepy blogger out there that keeps saying, his brother went to jet mechanic school. And he's using his brother's jet mechanic's license story as his own. No, I'm not. I happen to be an A&P jet mechanic, and my brother happens to be an A&P jet mechanic. Both of us are A&P jet mechanics, licensed, and both of our licenses are still current. So to the creepy blogger out there, every time I hear that, the things that I want to say to you are beyond your imagination. I'm not allowed to say those things. I'm allowed to think it, and I do think it. You are a liar, and you steal people's times with your lies. That's where I'll start and stop that. If you weren't a liar, then you would believe I'm not an A&P jet mechanic, and you would take my $10,000 challenge where I will show you my A&P jet mechanic's license, which I have in my possession here in the Philippines. So, if I'm not an A&P jet mechanic, and you came across all this newfound wealth that you keep bragging about, wager me $10,000, show the world that you got a pair, I'll show you my license, we'll go to the airport in Bohol, we'll go to the FAA administration's office, we'll talk to Don, that's the guy's name who's in charge of the FAA office, or was. He'll confirm whether or not my A&P jet mechanic's license is real or not, and then I'll take your $10,000 wager. Short of that, what you are is a creepy blogger for lying about whether or not I'm a licensed A&P jet mechanic. Whether or not I owned a barge, we all know that's true. There's hundreds of videos of my barge dragging on the internet. Again, because you're a creepy blogger. You're a liar. You're a thief of people's time. How you are still allowed on YouTube is beyond my comprehension. But what should happen to you is you should owe everybody whose time you have stolen with your lies, half-truths, and deceit. You should have to pay them back. Monetarily, of course, and morally, of course. You are a thief of people's times with your lies. So if you're not a liar, and I'm not an A&P jet mechanic, here's an option that I will wager you the $10,000 that's in the thumbnail. That's still in the bank. And a lot more. Oh, and that I'm broke. I'll wager you $10,000 that $10,000 is in the bank. That's $20,000. An easy $20,000 for you to win or lose. But you know damn well that you're lying. You're lying to your public. You're lying to your so-called subscribers, and all of your subscribers are fraudulent. The guy who called up on your behalf that you asked the man to call up the prawn farm to tell them that I'm harassing the guests. Now, my viewership jumped up by probably 30 subscribers because Prawn Farm Corporate now watches my videos about their Prawn Farm restaurant. Thank you very much. Now, I don't know what that bottom lines as far as proceeds for me is concerned, but I got 30 viewers that week that corporate sat down at the Prawn Farm with me at the table, and then I sent them some of your videos. And to prove that there's something wrong inside your head for posting all the stuff that you do, I sent them the video about the, well, I'll leave that up to you. Which do you think is your most damning video? Which 100 videos are your most damning videos? Which 100 of your videos? And and at the table at the Prawn Farm, when I talked to the woman 40 minutes, 45 minutes, the last 7 or 8 minutes was me showing her your videos. She realized you're a nutcase. You're the nutcase, not me. So then, when I went home, I sent her a list of videos for her to watch so she could get an idea of your psychological makeup. Now, she was not just the woman in charge of the restaurant. That was corporate that sat down with me. They came from wherever they come from. Well, she came wherever they come from. Maybe there's an office in that building. Maybe there's an office at that restaurant. I don't know. Wherever they came from, corporate sat down with me for 40 or 45 minutes and said, thank you very much for blogging our restaurant. We greatly appreciate it, and you're welcome to come as often as you like. That was the bottom line. So you now look like a fool. So anybody that calls up, and they interviewed the people in the restaurant, some of the wait staff. Does Michael Fazio harass anybody? Have you ever seen Michael Fazio harass anybody? No one has, because I don't do that. I have the ability to interact with people without harassing them. When I interact with people and they're on video, they don't feel like they're being videotaped. Go and take a look at the last 7 minutes of my last Prawn Farm live stream. How I interacted with the lady and her baby and the mother, and they wanted candy, and I opened up the box of candy for them, and I said, here, would you like candy? And they said, can I take 5? I said, of course, take whatever you like. And when I put the cap back on, the mother said, take 5 more. I took the cap back off, left the box on the table. You want more? And it's only 5 pieces of candy, but who else does this? This is content. This is video content. This is interacting with other people. You can't do that. The creepy bloggers can't do that. The creepy bloggers don't do that. They don't know how to talk to people. They're embarrassed because they have maybe they don't have such a pleasant smile when they smile. Maybe there's something they're embarrassed about when they smile. Maybe whatever, who knows? Go and watch the way I interact. And then, even when I put the box cover back on the box and put the box away, the mother of the daughter and the grandmother of the baby that she was holding, she goes, what about giving us dollars? Just a little dig there. I gave them candy, then I gave them an option to have more candy, and within a minute they were asking me for dollars, which proves my point about the people in the Philippines. They will ask you for one thing, and if you give it to them, they expect them to ask for more. You don't have to give it to them, but they will ask. If I would have given them $100, they would have asked me for $200. If I would have gave them $10, they would have asked me for $20. I'm giving you content. I'm showing you that it went from offering candy to the baby, to 5 pieces for the mother, to 5 pieces for the grandmother, to asking me outright for dollars. Did I get upset? No, because I'm not giving them dollars. And 10 pieces of candy, it's what the candy is for. I buy the candy to give the candy away. It's what I do. I give the candy away. You have no content like that. None of you people have content like that. None of you in the Philippines vlogging genre have content like that. You're a bunch of non-bloggers that call yourself bloggers. Talking to a computer screen every day and talking about other bloggers is not content. I don't know where you get the idea it is. Then I spend how many hours a week in preparation to build the hotel trying to get tools. I have a tool I was supposed to go to the dentist today to get my final cap, the porcelain cap from my root canal. And yesterday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the dentist calls me up and said, we're going to change the appointment till Wednesday. Okay. I don't know why he did that, and I don't care. And it worked out well. But I got a message this morning at 7 o'clock. Your order has been processed. It will be delivered before 10 p.m. this evening. Really? You can't narrow it down to less than 15 hours when the delivery is? Lozada Logistics can't narrow it down to less than a 15-hour window. So now I'm stuck here for 15 hours. Also yesterday, I'll tell you what else I did. I cleared out the yard in preparation to grab the jet ski. Now I'm going up on the roof, but not as part of this stream. I'll probably do another stream, prep to fly the jet ski, something like that. I'm going to pull the cover off the jet ski. The jet ski has air in the tires. The air never leaked out of either tire. The one I fixed with paint, by putting paint in the bead, that one's still solid like a rock. And the other one that I put a new tire on, that one is good. So I'm going to go up and prep the jet ski to fly it down. And then I moved all the lumber, so I should be able to spin the machine around in the yard and reach the jet ski. And after I take the cover off, if I can reach the jet ski, I'll leave it running and I'll grab one of the neighbors to hook up the cables up on top. And so that'll be my next live stream in about an hour from now. And if you don't like what I have to say, just watch the video, laugh, cry, make fun of me, do whatever you want. These videos that I make public are public for the public domain. The ones on my Patreon are not public. They are unlisted, and I don't have to let anybody watch those for free. You pay for those videos. You pay for the privilege of talking to me through Patreon and on the phone, because all my Patreon members, except for 2, I have their phone numbers. And those 2 have been Patreon members pledging X amount of dollars per month for going on 3 years now. You know who you are. They don't want anything. They don't want to talk to me. Patreon is to help me continue to do my blogs and to make up for the money that people no longer make on YouTube and to help me buy equipment. That's what Patreon is for. You want to watch the videos on Patreon, that's a bonus. But Patreon is to donate money to me for the causes that I choose that are worthwhile. And if you'll notice, never do I use that money for foolish things. Do you see me have a tricycle? No. Do you see me have a motorcycle? No. Those are unnecessary. I was going to buy a chariot to carry lumber, but I backed out of that, okay, because I didn't like the quality of the machine. But that would have been a functional piece of equipment for my business, for my future, for my plans. Do you see me spending money on stupid crap I don't need? No. Do you see me spending money? I'm trying to think of examples. Do you see me spending money on exotic foods like 8-inch prawns, the real prawns, not the shrimp that we have at the prawn farm, which are real prawns. But then they have those big black prawns. Now I don't know what they taste like because I've never bought one, but they are also 600 pesos a kilo. That's out of my price range. Now, could I buy those? Of course I could buy them. But for 600 pesos for a kilo of those, I can buy 2.5 kilos of pork. Pork is okay for me. Do you see me buying, I don't know, when I did drink, and you saw all those bottles that I broke up last week, I drank the cheapest tequila, which was 168 pesos when last I bought it. Now it's like 200 plus pesos. So that was like $3.36 for a bottle of tequila. And before that it was rum for $2. I didn't buy Jim Beam or Jack Daniels or Chivas Regal. I'm not, if I was drinking rum, it was for pain mediation or medication, self-medication, using the rum for pain, dulling the senses in my sensory perception of pain. Okay? I don't need $30 a bottle alcohol that I will mix with some garbage Coca-Cola or orange juice or orange soda or pineapple, whatever, 7-Up. If you're going to drink Chivas Regal or you're going to drink Jack Daniels, you drink it straight. Mixing Jack and Coke, really? What's the point? So you don't see me doing any of that stuff. Plus, I don't drink anymore. So now we're going on, before my birthday, September 25th, October 25th, November, we're going on 60 days, no alcohol. And I probably won't ever drink alcohol again. I do. I have a secret, but the secret will be revealed in a few weeks. I may have a drink when I accomplish my secret. And talking about secrets, Louis Pagan Punch, if you're out there, you never got in touch with me. Unless you're somebody that I already talked to and told my secret to. But I do have a secret. And it's different than me traveling to another volcanic island to watch a live volcano. It's a different secret than that. Completely different. So, I have a couple of secrets. You'll see them before January 10th. You'll be seeing at least one and possibly two of my secrets that I say are secret. And they're secret because only a few people know, and I trust those people. So Louis Pagan Ponce, if you're going to send me an email, now at this point I would have to confirm who you are. So we'll have to talk in YouTube and then confirm, because anybody could make up an email, Louis Pagan Ponce. So I wish you would have sent out that email to me last week. But nonetheless, and Jerry Cantrell, I do have a pot right there. I was waiting for you to say hello, and I will bang a pot. Here's the pot right here. I even have the pot set up. Better with the earphones on. I have a pot. I bang a lot. Okay. The junk that's on YouTube is junk in comparison to my live streams and my videos. Name me another blogger that does anything like I do. Name me another blogger that goes out and shows you how to rebuild a muffler system on an Echo blower. Name me another blogger that goes out and takes motors apart in the Philippines and puts them back together with parts. Name me another blogger that's going to build a hotel. And I've ordered, now this is 3 times, I've ordered a rebar tying tool gun. A rebar gun, it's a gun. They call it a rebar tying tool or a rebar tying gun. I've ordered it 3 times. This now time, after 1 year, the same gun, the same rebar tying tool, for the first time in a year, after paying for it 3 times, they haven't canceled the order. And that will be coming on the 25th to the 29th of November. But the previous 2 times, the order was canceled. No reason other than the shipper did not ship it out on time. So it might happen again. So how many times do I have to order something? Sometimes I order things the 3rd time for the rebar tire, 5 times for the rebar bending machine, 2 times for a rebar cutting tool. And that tool was $800. It was 40,000 pesos for the rebar cutter that cut up to 32 millimeter. Twice I paid for that tool. Twice it didn't come. So I am going to build a hotel. If you hear creepy bloggers saying, you're never going to build, believe it, don't believe it, what are they going to do when I build the hotel? Then what? Will it be a hotel that's not really there? Who knows? Who cares? I want to check one thing. I want to check my mail. I'm supposed to get an item today. Let's see if they canceled it or if it's on its way. Ninja Van Philippines. Your parcel has been picked up. Your parcel will be delivered today, November 23rd, before 10 p.m. this evening. Okay, well, we're still getting that. All right, Jack Thompson lurking in the background, Jack. I've tried to call you, Jack. Your mailbox is full. You are a very, very, very important person that your mailbox got filled up. Scott Del Fuego, it was nice talking to you this morning. Andrew, it was always a pleasure talking to you. Oh, yeah. I have something I'm going to make a separate live stream for Andrew. Let me check to see if he gave me that information. Andrew, Blue Rose, installed a new operating system. No, a new browser on my computer 2 weeks ago. This new browser works 100 times better than Google. Okay. Okay, he gave me information on how to contact him. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this. I'm going to make a separate live stream just for Andrew, whose name is Blue Rose. Blue Rose on Skype. Capital BLUE, capital ROSE. One word, no spaces. Blue Rose on Skype, or Blue Rose # 9178. So I'm going to post this information in the chat window. Now, he will, for a fee that you and him can work out, because he's a computer specialist. This is what he does. This is his business. He's a computer technician, and he will assist you to get this new browser that works 100 times better than Google. I mean, there's just no comparison. It's faster. It's easier to navigate. Stuff doesn't fail. It gives you more information, and it's just 100 times better. But you'll have to work out arrangements with Andrew. And this is what he does for a living, so there's going to be a service fee involved. But if you're not happy with Google, the search engine is better. It's faster. You got better, wider variety of search results. It's just a altogether better operating system. So I'm going to put that in the comments right now. I will put the name new operating system installation by Andrew, Blue Rose operating system installation, and then I will put down his personal information. Well, give me a moment. Now, you would think you could install it yourself. Probably you could, but yeah, there's also, you have to transfer things from your Google account into the new operating system. I wouldn't be able to do it. Most people wouldn't be able to do it. Andrew and I were on the computer for a half an hour. He took control of my screen, and maybe half hour, 45 minutes, it was done. And I've never had a problem with it since. If you want to opt out of Google, contact Andrew to help you install a much better browser. Okay, and then I'm going to post that information to Andrew's channel 3 times. Okay, and Andrew and you can work that out between you. You can pay him with I think, I'm not real sure how to work that out with Andrew. You'll have to talk to Andrew about that. He said there were 2 ways to pay him. That's how I do it. So, but I don't know which way he's going to give you. But it's the service fee for something like that is a lot less expensive than if you call somebody up. And, I mean, you can go to ask.com and spend $60 to ask a question. Andrew will work with you for 45 minutes for a lot less than that. So, that's my suggestion. This new operating system that I have is 10 times better than Google. And, yeah. One of the benefits of the operating system is that there are no more advertisements played automatically on YouTube videos. It eliminates the advertisements 100%. So, if some guy puts a video up and deservedly so puts advertisement on his video, and some guys put an advertisement every 10 minutes or half an hour, you don't see those advertisements. No break in the movie, no beginning advertisements, no middle advertisements, no end advertisements, nothing. So it's an ad blocker, a commercial blocker, and the video doesn't start off with commercials. Big time saver. Big time saver. The time you save in not watching commercials for 5 or 6, 7 seconds and then pushing the skip commercial part, you'll save the money that he charges you to install the new browser in a matter of a month or less, depending on how you surf the web. Now, I don't want to name the name of the browser, but it's a major browsing, but you never heard of it before because Google blocks the advertisement for that browser to be installed on your computer. So Andrew has that ability to do that for you. And I seriously suggest, if you don't like watching commercials, I paid YouTube $11 a month for YouTube Red to block commercials for 5 years. So I paid Google $700 to block commercials. And over the course of the last 5 years, and Andrew installing this new browser system on your computer will cost you 1/10 of that, and you won't have any monthly expenditures at all. So it's definitely worth the investment. Other people pay $10 a month for different ad blockers. This is all inclusive. Better operating system, better search results, no advertisements, no commercials. There's a lot of benefits to this system. So I suggest you get in touch with Andrew. And right now I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for stopping by. I will be going up on the roof to take off the cover from the jet ski. The yard is prepared for the jet ski. I did that yesterday. And then I think I'll be flying the jet ski down. I'm not sure. That's what I think I'm going to do. There's nothing stopping me from doing it other than I need somebody to hook the cables up, hook the chains up to the chain, hook my chains up to the chains that I have holding up the jet ski. Okay, thanks for watching. Got a day to everybody from Michael Fazio in the Philippines. And I do have a secret. You people are going to be very surprised. And it's not the one about me going to the other volcanic island to blog a live volcano, which is what I really want to do, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that secret gonna come true. But that's not so much of a secret. The secret is when I was going. So not that I am going, if I decide to go. So that's one thing that's covered now, and then if you're watching my live stream, no, the package that you're interested in has not come. I'll have to talk No, that never did come. The package that you're interested in, I'll give you a call after the live stream. If you're watching my live stream, the package that you just sent me a personal message for did not come yet. I don't know if it's on its way. I haven't asked. Okay, thanks for watching. I actually gotta go. I got something to do. Bye-bye for now. I'm being Permy, which means take care always. From the Philippines, baby, and from Mr. Congeniality. I am the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Ask me. I will tell you. I come with my own references. That's right. Bye-bye for now. That's right.